Welcome to Just Puzzling. My name is Chris. Today we're going to do an expert killer Sudoku. Let's get into it. What I do when I do these sorts of things is I talk my way through what I'm seeing and how I'm going about it. I also don't use notes. I just like the challenge of not doing notes, but what that may do is frustrate some of you because as I said, I don't use the notes, but what it may mean to you is that I will go and repeat the same numbers. So I might say that this could be a 3 and a 6 or a 3 and a 6. I'll come back and go, oh, what was that? It could be a 3 and a 6. So anyway, we'll get into it and see how we go. Just looking around the board. So as you know from previous videos and all that sort of stuff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 it needs to go in all the boxes. They add up to 45. So what I have here is I've got two columns, right, that will add up to 90. But this one is a free cage. So I'll be able to figure that up if I add up all these numbers. So 9 plus 11 is 20, 33, 50, 64, 77, 80. So that's going to be 10. So that should be a 5. Okay, so that's what I do in terms of this. You can see here that these two cages here, those rows, there is no blanks in there, so they will make sense. I'm going to add up these to see what these two numbers add up to, because it may come out. So 21 plus 12, so 21 plus 4 is 25, plus 12 is 37, 46, 56, 75, 81. So these two are going to add up to 9. So that's going to be either a 6 and an 8, right, because the 5 there, and this is going to be a 1 and a 3. Okay, so 6, 8 is there. I know that's 1, 2. Just working my way through the board. Actually, I can figure that out for these cages here. So 13 plus 17 is 30, 41, 50, 62, 81, 87. So that's 3. And because I did that work before, that's a 6. Remember, that added up to 9. So 8. Alright, so what else have we got here? So as you can see here, 8 can be these ones here. It can't be there though. We've got 6, 8, so this can be 7, 3 or 1, 9. Okay, so that's not going to be a 9. 4, 9, that could be a 9 and a 4. So 9 can be here, here or here. Actually, so 9 is going to be in one of these two boxes here, right? Because none of the others add up to 9. So that can't be a 3 and a 6 or a 7 and a 2. So this is 8 and 1 or 4 and 5. 8 and 1, 4 and 5. So this makes this 6 and 2. So 6 and 2 here. Does that help me? Not particularly. Nine and 3, so still could be there. 6. I'm just working my way through this. So 21, so that can be 6 and that can be 8 and 7 maybe. Could be 5, so there's a bit there. Nope, can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. So 5 is going to be here, here or here. Three there. So I cannot have that without a 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5 adds up to 14, so it's got to be in there, so I need a 1 there. 3, 4, 5, so this has got a 1 and a 2 in it somewhere. Then I can have either 3, 6 or 4, 5. 18. So 10. So if that's 12 and that's 11, that is 23. These here will add up to 22. So a 9 has got to be in there somewhere. So 9, and then it can either be 6 and 7 or 8 and 5. So because that's 22, 22 can't have a 3 in it. So 3 can't be there, 3 can't be there. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3 and 6. So this is going to be 8, 9 and 5. So this is 7 and 4. 7 and 4. 7 can be there or there. Because of the 7 and 4 there, that can't be. So that's 7 and 4. That could be 4 and 5, or 4 and 5. So 9 and 3, 5 and 4, 2 and 6, 7, 4, 2, 6. So if we know that one of these are a 9 here, and we know that that's a 9, that's going to be my 9 there. One of these two are going to have a 9 there. So if I think about this logically, 8 can't be in here, 8 can't be in those, so that's 8 and 1, which makes that 5 and 4. Because I know that's a 4 and 7, that's got to be a 5, that's got to be a 4, 8 and 1. So these two are 8 and 5. 5 can't be there, so this is going to be 5 and 4. Okay. Five and 4. 1's going to be in here. One of these things. So that means 1 can't be there, 1 can't be there, but it can be in that one. Okay. So 1, 3, 6. I know that that's a 6. I know that's a 3. So I don't really know. So I know 1 is there. So I know that's got to be a 1. 1 can only be in one of those two boxes there. Okay, 9 and 3. So I know that so 3 can be there, or 3 can be in one of those two. Well, 3 can't be in that one. 3 can be there, or there. 3 can't be there because of the 8. 3 can't be there because of that. So that 3 is one of those two boxes there. So I know that's 2, so I know that's 2, so 2 is going to be in there. 6, 9, 4, 7. So 1, 3, 3. So these two boxes are 1 or 3. Okay, so let's do this. 8 and 5 is 13, so that's 7. 7 can have 4 and 5, so that can't be it. So that's 1 and 6. It's either 1 or 3 there, because that's only that. That's a 1, that's a 6, that's a 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a 4 there. 5, 6, 7. 7. So that's a 9. Okay, and I should have known that because I told you that before. But once again, I keep telling you, my memory's not that good. So this has ended up 3 and 7. What that's actually done for me now is I now have a column and one cell there. So 9 plus 7 is 16, 19, 19 and 18 is 37. 37 is going to be 8, plus 3 is 11, makes that a 1. Okay, I could have done that another way, thinking about, but I haven't. Okay, so we're working our way through this. We know that that can't be a 2, so we're still saying that's a 1. We know that that can't be a 1, so that's either a 1 or one of those two are a 1. 9 can be here in those 4 boxes. 9 can't be in here, so 9 is up here somewhere. So 9 could be there, 1 and 2. 9 could be there, leaving us 12 to figure out. 6 and 2. So what that means here is that's 1 and 2. 1 and 2 have got to be in those ones, so 1 and 2 is here. 1, 2, 4. 4 can be here or here. Okay, so 5. 5 can't be in this column, can't be in this row, can't be in that. So this is 5 and 8. Okay, so 5 and 8 there. Can't be 9 and 4. Can be 9 and 1. Can be 9 and there. Actually, that can't be 9 and 1 because of 1 and 2. Okay, so that's 5 and 8. 9 is going to be one of these two here, which means that that's got to be a 1 or 2. Oh no, because that could be a 9. But we now know that 9 is one of those 3 there. This is just one of those things where you go, gee, I hope this cracks it. So I don't know, I did say 1 could be one of those two, but it can also be there. Okay, so if that's 8 and 5, which we've said before, because 5 can't be there, 5 can't be there, 5 can't be there, can't be there, can't be there. So that's 8 and 5, right? So that means that this is 6 and 7. So 1, 2, 8, 9. So this is still 4 and 6 or 7 and 3. So 3 plus 13 is 16, 26. This is going to be 19. So 7, 9 is 16. So 3, 7, 9, 3 could be, or 6, 9, 4. Okay, so it can't be 6 because that has to be a 9 and a 4. Okay, to get to 19, and because of that 4 there. If that's a 7, that becomes 9 and 3. So that's a 7, and that's a 6. Okay, so there's a start. 6 and 7, 8 and 5. So that can't. So that got to be a 6 and 4 because that couldn't be an 8 and 5 or a 9. And right, and because I've said that that's a 4 or a 3. So this is now 4 and 6. What that now done is that I know that's a 6 and that's a 2. Once again, 2 still in that bottom row. 2 is there. 1 is there. 1 is going to be there. 8 is going to be there. We've still got 3 and 9 as a problem, but we'll come back to that. Still got 1 and 2. I know 9 can't be in that row. Okay, so 2, so 9, 7. So this here, we know this can't be a 6. So this is going to be 9, 7 and 5. Do I have anything there? So that, if that's 9, 7 and 5, that must be a, no. That can be, so actually the 8's there. So 5 and 8. 3 cannot be there. So that's a 9. That's a 3. That's a 9. Now that's 7 and 5. So 1, 2, 3. So 3, 1, 9. So that still works. And 2, 8. So it can't be, that can't be a 2. So that's a 2. 9 and 3. What's the other number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 can't be. So that can't be an 8. Reason being is for 8 to go up to have 4 left on is 3, and one of those 2 are there. So that's actually an 8 there, which makes that a 2. That makes that a 1 and a 2. So that's a 9. Okay, so 9 is down this column here. This is a 6. So I cannot do 6, 7, 5. So this has got to be 5, 6 and 8. Okay, so 8 can be here or here. So I said that was a 5, 6. So this is 2, 4. 2, 4. So if that's a 4, that can't be a 4. That has to be a 4 there. That has to be an 8. Okay, so 8. Remember I said 8 was one of these 2 because it's in that column. So 8 must be there, and that must be a 1. Which makes that a 1 and that a 2. So 7 and 5 still. So 1, 2, 6. This is 3 and 7. 3, 7, 7, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. That makes that 5 and 4. So 4 is up here somewhere. So, and 1 is there. So if that's a 1, that would make that a 9. If that's a 4, that's a 6. So that's a 1. That's a 9. 3, because I've said that many a time. 4 and 7, adding up to 14. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9. So 6, because of the, I'm just using that 9 there, and 9. So 9 is one of these down here. Can't be in that one because that can't be a 1 and a 2. So 9 is in here. 7 is in this column. Okay, so 9. What else have we got? So 9 can't be in there. 8, 5 can't be in there. So this is a 6, and that's a 7. Okay. 1 is still in that column. Interestingly enough, 1 is in that column, can't be there. So that's 1. So that means that has to be, if one of those 2 is a 1, that can't be a 1. So that has to be a 1, which means that has to be a 1. So this here is now 7 and 9. Because that adds up to 16, and that's the only number that added up to 16. The reason I really like the Killer Sudoku is that there's a fair bit of maths in them as well as the actual Sudoku. So that's a 2, and that's a 9. Still haven't cracked the 2 and a 4. But I do know now that 4 is there because 4 can't be in that one. So that's a 4 and that's a 2. So 2 is going to be there and that will be a 6. So that makes that a 6. 8 and 5 can be there. So 1, 2, 3. Yep, so 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I told you that before, that was 4 and 5. That's how I cracked some of the other things. So 4. It's amazing how many of the 14s are 3, 4 and 7. It's a high probability. I never do it based on probability, but it is 8 and 5. So that's a 5 and that's an 8. All right. So there you go. We've done that in a little under 21 minutes. As you can see, sometimes putting the notes in would have made it a lot quicker for me. But I do hope that you got something out of this, and that there's a bit of how I see the world in terms of the Sudoku and what have you. What did you see before me? Let me know in the comments, and have a great day. Bye for now.